December 23rd when they will face Toledo. Virginia Tech's bowl game is on December 28th. They'll face Oklahoma State. With a sports flash on 1420 NBC Sports Radio Tri-Cities, I'm Matt Pauley.
Welcome back to Tri-City Sports Now. I'm Marky Bilson, and our show today, we will be having on old friend of the program, Paul Zeiss, here in the next half hour. Let's see here. We did want to mention, speaking of Appalachian State, their old basketball coach just got hired. Mark Price, who had been the coach at UNC Charlotte, and, of course, former Cleveland Cavalier, played for Bobby Crimmins at Georgia Tech. They have made an in-season coaching change, and the 49ers have released Price. So you got to think, okay, maybe there isn't the 3-point shooting ability, or they won't be calling for that as many times as they have in the past. We're talking about Mark Price, after all. And he used to also be a coach with the Hornets. But anyway, the 49ers are 3-6 this year, just 30-42. So, what do? They go in and they bring in Houston Fancher, who is the interim coach. Or Murray Bartow down at USF was the interim coach last year. Only won one game. I hope it does not work out as poorly for Houston as it did for Murray. But anyway, Houston Fancher, Charlotte 49ers assistant head coach, is now the interim head coach. And, well, we'll see. I don't know how much of a player that we can really expect Charlotte out of the A-10 to be this year. But, no, big basketball name, let go. I'm sure Price will, he's shooting coach of the Hornets. This is Mark Price. I'm sure that he'll find a job as an assistant or as a Wilfred Hetzel, barnstorming or whatever he's going to do. This is Mark Price. But no, the former Appalachian State coach getting the reins now at another school in North Carolina, Charlotte. There you are. The Steelers and Patriots are playing in a game that's so big that it will be shown locally over the Titans. I'm happy about that. I've often said, look, I've looked at the Facebook map. We're your home of the Dallas Cowboys here on 1420 NBC Sports Radio Tri-Cities. Reason why? They're the most popular team in Carter County and Unicoi County and Johnson County, according to Facebook. And admittedly, when I went to high school at university, there was no such thing as the Tennessee Titans. There was the Houston Oilers playing in the House of Pain. But I would tell you that, always a lot of Cowboys fans in areas that don't have NFL teams. Always a lot of Cowboys fans. And always a lot of Steelers fans as well. I was surprised how many, when I lived in Texas, Steelers fans there were in Texas. In the Dallas vicinity, for that matter. All right. So, getting the Steelers and Patriots, it's the game of the week, and I'll be talking a little bit about that with Paul Zeiss here in the next half hour, assuming he picks up his phone. But one of the other things, we were talking a little bit about Arizona State's criticism. You see the new general manager of the Browns, used to be with the Chiefs, started really bashing the predecessors, and he's gotten a little bit of criticism for it of the Cleveland Browns, saying they didn't bring in good players. Let me ask you a question here. How many good players do you really think are on the Cleveland Browns right now? They may go 0-16 this year after a 1-15 season. You're afraid of upsetting the players on the Browns? Most of them should not return next year. I think that is a nothing argument. It's like, let me say it as the old Chuck Noll, when he took over the Steelers when they were 1-13, and he said that I'm going to have to cut a lot of you guys. I know what your problem is. You're not very good. Paul Zeiss next.
Parties, celebrations. Let Happy Hour Tri-City Liquor be your one-stop destination. Get your holiday spirits less expensive at Happy Hour Tri-City Liquor than anywhere in